We started this journey with the Sharps Rifle Company Reliabolt, and made of S7 steel with tapered lugs, row-bar finish with the MP3 finish, and then we went to the bolt carrier group by Sharps Rifle Company, an excellent high-quality bolt carrier system. So it's no surprise that Sharps Rifle Company had some other things in mind, especially considering the original Sharps rifle. These were made in 1850. But they served both Union and Confederate forces all throughout the Civil War. Known for the accuracy for the marksman, and then with the carbines for the cavalry, the Sharps rifle is legendary, and it was a military-issued firearm. So for the modern Sharps Rifle Company to develop an AR-15 bolt carrier group, and also their new 25-45 Sharps caliber, really just falls in line with what Sharps has been doing for a long time. And so Sharps has introduced their new 25-45 caliber, which really for sporting purposes is way superior than your 223 or 5.56, and yet it still fits in the AR-15 rifle. In fact, the only thing you need is a barrel. So you can use magazines, bolt carrier groups, your AR-15 rifle. All you need to do is to switch out the barrel, and you have a totally different caliber. And it's really suitable for your medium-sized game, such as white-tailed deer, wild boar, and mountain lions. But they're also developing some varmint rounds to go for more coyote and other things. But this has really proven itself so far in the field, and we're going to take a look at the difference between the 25-45 and your 223. Okay, here we have the 25-45 Sharps right next to a 223. And as you can see, the cases diameter-wise here are the same. In fact, the neck angle is the same as well. The only difference in case is that it's necked up to fit the 25 caliber. This is a 62 grain VMAX by Hornady. It is an HPR round. The 25-45 Sharps is a Speer hot core, and it's 87 grain. So you can take 223 or 5.56 brass, neck it up to accept a 25 caliber bullet, and you can fire this through the 25-45 Sharps. But the ballistics are where the real difference comes into play. The muzzle velocity on the 25-45 Sharps is 3,000 feet per second, whereas your 223 is 2,882 feet per second. Not a really huge difference, not even 150 feet per second. But the real difference is because of the larger bullet is in energy. The muzzle energy of the 25-45 Sharps is 1,384 foot-pounds, whereas on the 223 62 grain is 1,107 pounds. At 100 yards, 1,099 foot-pounds, 859 foot-pounds on the 223. But where the real difference is at 300 yards. 862 foot-pounds of energy, 300 yards for the 223, 494 foot-pounds of energy. That is a considerable amount of increase in energy with the 25-45. And one of the big controversies of our military rounds is the 5.56 or 223 compared to the 7.62 by 39. The energy of the 7.62 compared to the accuracy of the 5.56. Lighter weight and different advantages that each one of these carry, but neither one of them have been totally satisfactory in the field. So there have been a number of rounds introduced. The 6.8 SPC, the 300 Blackout, and of course now the 25-45 Sharps. One of the great things though about the 300 Blackout and the 25-45 Sharps is that the only thing that needs to be changed on your standard AR-15 5.56 rifle is the barrel. The magazines work, the bolt carrier, and so it makes it really easy to invest in one of these calibers over the 7.62 by 39 or the 6.8 SPC. So we can use plentiful AR-15 magazines for the 25-45. We can use your standard bolt carrier, even if you don't want to go with the Sharps bolt carrier. Any bolt carrier that will handle the 5.56 will work. And then your standard AR-15. All you need to do is change out the barrel. Of course, the first thing you need is a barrel. And so Sharps has designed a really quality stainless steel barrel. Just the fit and finish. It is an H-bar. It's a 1-in-9 twist. And the quality is just exceptional. The markings on the barrel, here you see the SRC logo. It is engraved, etched into the barrel itself. Beautiful stainless quality. Sharps Rifle Company, and innovation by design right there on the barrel. With the 25-45 Sharps caliber clearly marked on the barrel. Now take the bolt carrier group by Sharps, the high quality that they put into this bolt carrier group. You take your 25-45 ammo and your barrel, and this really brings together a very suitable cartridge and system for hunting, especially medium-sized game. The barrels are 416R stainless. You can get a black oxide finish on them. They do have a 16, 18, and 20-inch configuration. The 16-inch uses a carbine gas length, the 18-inch a mid-length, and the 20-inch a rifle gas system. And their barrels are magnetic particle inspected. That'll keep any flaws or anything. It's a very high quality barrel, 1-9 twist. It is the H-bar configuration. So I installed this on one of my AR-15 rifles. One of the things I want to mention too about calibers that are completely suitable other than the barrel, like your 300 Blackout, is that if for some reason you decide that the 25-45 or the 300 is not for you, all you need to do is change the barrel out and you can go right back to your 5.56 223. One of the things you want to take note of is the threads on the end of the barrel are 5/8 by 24 threads per inch. This actually will fit your standard 308 muzzle brakes typically. This is an FN 308 muzzle brake, and so I applied it because I didn't have any other 308 muzzle brakes available. Here I'm using the BCM KMR Free Float Handguard. I've got a review coming of this. It's just incredible, lightweight. Using the Leatherwood M1000 scope, the BCM Mod Zero stock, and this is on a Palmetto State upper and lower BCM sights as well. Of course, to keep my SRC separate, just like I did my 300 Blackout, I've marked the magazines. I'm going to use these dedicated to the 25-45 Sharps caliber, just like with the 300 Blackout. And I also have the video demonstration of how I mark these magazines annotated right here and down in the description. One thing I did also is I took a rubber band, put 25-45 Sharps right here on the stock. And you can do this however you want to, but this is just an easy way to mark this for this caliber. Had a great day at the range. It was beautiful, nice temperature. The rifle shot very well. I did have a little trouble at first with my mount. It wasn't really secured, and I was having trouble finding the paper even though I had laser sighted this in, and then realized that my scope was just a little bit loose. Once I tightened it down and I got my sights adjusted, it really tuned in well. A couple of sample groups. This one at 100 yards was about 1.25 inches. And that was 5-shot group. And then here, this one was just over 1 inch. I mean, not even 1/8 of an inch over. So 3-shot group here and the 2 outside. The recoil difference between the 5.56 223 and the 25-45 Sharps is not a lot of difference. There is a little bit. You can tell that the larger bullet does give you a little more felt recoil. Of course, it's very negligible. And then of course with this H-bar barrel, with the heavy barrel and with that FN compensator, that probably had a little more to do with it as well. So not a lot of difference, and just a real joy to shoot. The barrels retail for $299. They have them on sale on the SRC Arms website for $219. If you want to have the black oxide finish applied, it's $10 extra. Just about $220 for a really high quality stainless barrel. Especially in the H-bar configuration, it's very reasonable. And one of the great things about the 25-45 is that using existing 223 brass, you can reload this fairly inexpensively. Dies are also available on the SRC Arms website where you can load your own. So this really gives you a distinct advantage over many of the other calibers that are not necessarily as compatible with the AR-15. But if you choose to buy the 2545 Sharps ammunition on the SRC Arms website, it runs $25.45, which is not a bad price for sporting rounds, for hunting rounds. So if you're looking for a little more power than your 223 or 5.56, just a little more oomph, you want something for medium game, or something a little better for self-defense or home defense, the 2545 Sharps I think will be an excellent option. With just a barrel change and the 2545 ammunition, of course, again, you can reload 223 once you neck it up and go straight to the 25 caliber. So check out srcarms.com, go straight to the Sharps website. A lot of cool things that they're doing there, really high quality with their Reliabolt, with their balanced bolt carrier group made of S7 steel, this excellent barrel system, and their new caliber. I think it's a win-win. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Now the Sharps 2545 here on the left, and this is a Hornady. They are made from 4160. The barrels are 41. The barrels are. Here we have the 25.